Hello, everybody. You can see a bit of Dobby there.
I give up.
He's already making his presence known. Yeah. God.
He's trying to lay on my keyboard too. He's like, he's living his best life, which is, good for you, bro.
In news, Chandra and I are yin and yang. I've been sick, and it turned out I have RSV, which has been the virus that kids have been going to the ER for, which explains why I've had it for 3 weeks. I wish I could tell you what it stands for, but I would have to look it up. And I got I went to the ER yesterday, got antibiotics and IV fluids and stuff, and I can finally not have a migraine. I can breathe through both nostrils this morning. That was amazing. And I just still a little stopped up. So I've been going on an upswing. Still kind of rough, but going on an upswing. Chandra, however,
started yesterday afternoon. Piper got sick all down the hallway. Cleaned that up. And she started panting. I was like, oh girl, comforted her, took her a minute. She seemed fine. And then I just finished cleaning that up and she got sick again. Cleaned that up. She seemed fine. I made her steamed rice. She ate it. She was good. A little more panting. Another accident this time in her chair. She didn't even have the chance to go anywhere. Clean that up. Then her face started swelling just down the side of her muzzle, but no breathing issues. She seemed fine. She was asking for food. She was I was like, okay. So gave her some food, just a little more steamed rice. Woke up at 4:45 this morning. And she was sick again. So yeah, we're both struggling. Probably sleep deprived.
It's funny because Chandra actually texted me this morning, was like, I'm up, and I was still in bed. And Chandra's like, I'm up, I'm on my way. I'm on a struggle bus this morning. And I'm like, I'm rolling out of bed.
You know what's funny is when I texted you that, I was in fact not up.
I've done that so many times. Say that I'm on my way, but I'm really just now throwing on clothes immediately and putting on a semblance of lipstick or something. Yeah. Yeah.
Getting up at 4:45 is homophobic.
Oh my god.
Spirit, I appreciate you so much.
Ooh, we have a job.
Ooh,
need help picking
Vampire
out my
Romance pen
yeah
name. Ooh.
Vampire Romance pen name. Oh, Dobby goes. Yeah, so Dobby's been oblivious this whole time and he's just purring and it's like, oh look, I have time with mom.
Well, yeah. Well, especially by himself, because he was in his room as soon as Piper started getting sick. I put him in his room so that he wouldn't get into it and that he wouldn't be exposed. So he's out now because everything's cleaned up and she's still in her crate. She was still sleeping this morning.
Poor puppy.
Yeah, so I've kept them separate, but he's like, oh, quality time with mom. And I'm like, I mean, yes, but
love you, dear. Okay, let's go through Laura's names here, and I'm close to the mic. I'm gonna give it full attention. All right, if I can pronounce these. I'm questioning the last name here. Shadow Adara, Lilith Azul, Kiara Tanith, Bellatrix Nyx, Vladia Nyx, Zyla or Zila? Which do you think?
Where are we?
I think Zila. Zila
yeah.
Violetta. Vesper Renata. Lenore Isolde.
I like that one.
I like what Lenore stood out to me the most out of all of them, honestly.
Because, yeah, I mean, they all have, I don't know, the other ones sound more like character names to me versus like seeing it on a book. That's but true. Lenore Isolde,
Isolde, there we go.
I think it's like I would see it on a book and not be surprised by it or think, oh, that's a pen name. But also if someone was like, no, that's a pen name, I would be like, oh. And I kind of like that, like, mystery versus it being like, this is a pen name.
Yeah. I like that. Okay, well, you get mine and Chandra's vote because we're the same person and we both we're drawn to the same name. So that's like, I would say at least worth 3 votes for the bond and the 2 votes from us.
I will also say, when picking something like that, if we pick the one that you were like not drawn to and you immediately think of one that you're bummed that we didn't pick, that might be your name.
I forget the name for that, but but it's like when you flip a coin and it's like once the decision seems final, the true drive appears to you, like what you really wanted appears to you. I forget, there's some word for it, I know there is, but that is so true. Like whenever you're torn, flip a coin, and if it seems like the decision's final, like trick your mind going, well, if it's heads, it's gonna be this. I have to do this. What you really want will come out. Sounds like marriage. Coin tossing up. Yeah, going on 11 years. Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm. That's funny.
Working on a play today, or more the bullet journal spread for the play. Hey, planning is just as important as execution. I'm just saying. So, Laura, question: you like our idea, or did your true want come out, like choice?
Yes.
I'm curious now.
Inquiring minds want to know.
We're invested in this plot, the real life plot here. Okay. It's like
Barrett, have a good day at work.
I hope you do. Hope you enjoy it, and I hope you don't ever have to wake up at 4:45 by choice.
Yeah, don't do that.
Actually, no one. I don't want to say no one. Some people do it by choice, and Chandra, you didn't do it by choice either. Mm-hmm. But let me just blanket statement: I hope no one has to wake up at 4:45.
Especially what I did think as I was doing this, I was like, I'm a good mom.
That's happened to me a few times where I'm doing something that I really don't want to do, and I'm like, I'm putting my kids first.
Oh gosh.
It's for the birds. Who cares?
It is.
Oh.
And I used to do it on purpose.
Yeah, I did it too. I was an intern at a radio station, and that I would wake up early, and then I'd have early classes, and then I would go to sleep like in the afternoon. It was when I was in college.
Ooh. The name I originally liked was Lilith Adara.
We'll just have to see when you do a cover reveal of the story and are asking for ARC readers and such.
Yeah. Fair. That is fair. Yeah.
And then we'll be first in line. Okay. I need breakfast as well as
I'm trying to decide if I get coffee now or I wait till later in the morning and drink coffee later.
No, so make it 2 cups now and later, both. Treat yourself.
Halfway through drafting chapter 5.
So that's probably what you're going to end up doing during our little sprint.
That's exciting.
Speaking of sprint, here is the prompt.
I've got the timer.
For episode 188. All right, we got a team comes together. The words to include are rugby, mozzarella. Sorry, I always want to say it with a fun voice. Prism, balsam, channel, puppet, marvel, quarrel, contain, parents. Man, that's a buzzkill. It's funny being a parent because like I watch some of these shows and I'm like, I can kind of understand the parent side, but I remember being a kid and going, I can kind of understand the kid side too.
I really do feel like it depends not just on the parent but on the situation. And then you're like, you see something and you're like I'm gonna have to go with the kids on this one, or I'm gonna have to go with the parents on this one.
Yeah, I still argue about The Little Mermaid. She was 16. Her butt stays in the ocean, dude. Wait till you're 18, okay? Legally, you cannot go into a contract unless the age that someone's no longer a minor is different in the ocean or Atlantica.
Yes, Laura, you can absolutely share your first 2 paragraphs.
Ooh, yes. What was that else was I gonna say? I forgot. I still got like fog brain. I'm surprised you don't have it, dear.
What is brain?
That was the best response. I've been reading Winnie the Pooh, and it's like, and every time, like, he's like, you see, I'm a bear of very little brain. And I'm like, word, Pooh, word. Like, I'm with you. Okay. I'm going to read Laura Nettles' first 2 paragraphs, not chapters. Dear Lord, the sweat was alluring.
There's another one above that.
Oh, it is above it? Oh, thanks. Save. All right. The deep bass reverberated through his chest. The gyrating human club goers pressing in on every side. They had no idea this was feeding grounds for vampires. He was in his element. The scent of their sweat was alluring, but not as much as the faint wisp he caught of their blood seeping through their skin, pumping frantically through their drugged veins. His hand slid up a woman's bare back to her neck, her thumping pulse under his fingertips. He could take her to a private room upstairs and drain her dry, and none of these brain-dead partiers would notice. They were as good as zombies lost in a haze of lust, not paying attention to their basic survival instincts, just their pleasurable ones. And it was so easy. His nose twitched. A new scent wafted over the crowd. Ice and satin. Victor Morozov. I'm going to go with that. Morozov was here. Hadrian removed his hand from the woman, focusing on his new desire, the one he was forbidden to pursue. But if he got that son of Satan to cross the line first, well then.
Ooh.
Oh my God. When you need beta readers, dear, just throwing it out there. Please.
Hi. Hello. Also, in January, well, in December, I will not be in school anymore, so call me.
There needs to be a TikTok, and it's like when your friend needs beta readers and you read the first 2 paragraphs. Hi. There's gotta be. Oh my God. Oh, I hit my mic. Whoops.
Okay.
All right.
Are we ready? Are we doing this?
I still gotta open a Word document.
Make haste.
We're in a goofy mood today, and it's
sleep deprivation. Like, I feel like if I drink coffee, it's gonna like bring me down. I'll be like, hey, it's morning.
Yeah. What do y'all need? You're getting the bare minimum. Okay, I at least pasted it into the Word document. I need to look up balsam. I don't
still need a name need to name this monstrosity of a romance.
Oh, we can brainstorm some ideas.
Mm.
Yeah, the thing is that I like to know all, like, what ends up happening, certain items and stuff in it for naming conventions. Oh, it's an ointment, cream, balm. Okay, that's what balsam is. Oh, Eva, you are fine.
Yeah, no worries. We are also so.
Is there such a thing as like sleep deprivation, like tipsy or something like that? Because I feel like that's the level we're at.
You know what?
It is what it is. Or as my husband likes to say, just to grind my gears, it's what it's.
Who? Why?
Yeah, it just sounds so wrong, doesn't it?
It does.
He got it off like Reddit or something like that. And it was because someone does it to piss other people off, and Alex is like, I'm taking this.
Yeah, I can see why.
Yeah.
There's a holy war, string of fates, soulmates. Now there's a thruple.
Oh.
Ooh. I will think on this.
Yes. And also, is there anything other than vampires here? We got witches, other things. Just throwing that out. Contractions. Words.
I do have a character that I've written who does not use any contractions when they speak.
Ending on contractions was so catty. Yeah. Maybe that's why it is, because it ends with the contraction and stuff. Which is funny, because I remember I started writing without contractions because I was told that was a thing. And then I finally stumbled upon it. It's like, no. When people speak, they use contractions. Like, be a little more natural. Now I feel like I found a balance in that aspect. There's still more things to work on in my writing, but in that aspect, we're doing okay. It's the little things. All right. Are we ready now? I have my Word document open. I have the words.
We have the timer. And we got the time.
Oh, wait. She's got others, by the way. What the shiza? Where's my mouse?
Seraphim.
Lycanthropes, wizards, Lucifer himself.
Blood adopted the soulmate.
Oh, I read that as adapted. Oh.
I was like, wait, did I read that wrong?
Yeah, Word had me believing no one used contractions in fiction after years of term papers. God, yeah. But also term papers, we were striving to get the word count. So we're like, it is, was not. And then when you get to cannot, you're like, oh my God, come on, I'm screwed either way. Wait. And there's a library. Wait, what?
Ooh, I'm guessing that Eva has read this. Term papers didn't like contractions.
Yeah. Library in hell, yeah.
Ooh,
exciting. Okay. All right, let's go. I gotta blow my nose.
Yeah, okay.
I don't want to do that.
We begin in 3, 2, and 1. Okay. I think
I just need one more sentence, and Spencer's talking to me, and my husband was talking to me, and I'm like, come on, it's a minute left. Yes, Spencer. I will play video games with you when I'm done with my live stream. Killing me, kid. All right. There.
Samesies?
The samesies? Oh, yeah. I got a sentence less. I'm definitely changing some of these words to like past tense and stuff.
I'm really liking this story. It's not my usual, but
okay. I think I got it. I ended up getting 366 words.
Let me see.
I actually used
706.
You don't have to.
I couldn't help it. I was like flying. I was like, I hope this makes sense, but I need to write the words.
Yeah.
Kitty. So we were talking earlier about how Piper got sick, and so there's some like spots where it's drying. And Dobby's like, "What's this?" And I'm like, "No,
don't touch it.
No,
it's not a toy. You don't swat at it."
He's like,
yes, Spencer, what you need?
Snuffles.
What?
Okay.
You got me in suspense, kid. What? Yes, when I'm done with my live stream, I'll play with you. We've already covered this.
What are you doing?
Oh. Okay. Where's the
I just shared it to you. I will also say mine does have a trailer warning.
Oh, okay. Mine doesn't. For now. We'll see. You could expand. Where's the drive? Last night I ended up because not many people responded via email or like got their email, maybe don't check their email much. So I ended up ended up sharing like through Instagram. I'm like, hey, we're doing a live stream. Please sign up. I love you.
Love you.
So cute to hear a little voice go, love you. All right. Ooh.
Eva, come get your boy.
Barrett's at work, so now Eva has to do it.
What?
Oh, it's funny. Okay. So I forget, even though it's only been a week. No, you read mine first, then I read yours, and then the second time I read I read yours first, and then the second time I read it second. There we go. Whew! All right, let's go. Struggle bus. All right, and I'm going to share the screen. Look at me remembering stuff.
Oh, we getting fancy.
Yeah. Yeah, share the Chrome tab.
Eva said, let's see if the mister is up for a road trip today, BRB.
All right. Let's do this. Oh, boy. Sure.
Tell me if it's good.
Okay. Thank you. You're going to put it up, please. This is going to be a fun day. All right. Chandra story read by moi. Bobby didn't want to play rugby. He never liked sports. He liked them even less, since it was all his father wanted him to do. His father had gone so far as to take his books away when he skipped practice. The coach had called his father, threatening to throw Bobby off the team. It had been a close one. Bobby had felt relieved. For a moment in time, he thought he was going to be free of the sport and getting knocked around by other boys. It really wasn't his cup of tea. "Do you want me to say something?" his mother had asked. "No, it's okay," Bobby had said. He'd seen his parents quarrel before. He didn't want to be responsible for that again. It didn't help that the other boys didn't seem to like him. They could tell he didn't want to be there, and he wasn't good at the sport. He just seemed like another obstacle keeping them from their next win, and they did want to win. Bobby could understand how they might think him a Trojan horse sent by the other team. He knew that wasn't exactly how it worked, but a group of the little boys together could be like that. Bobby didn't want to end up like Piggy. He tried to keep himself and not draw any extra attention. It didn't matter. They came after him anyway. One of the boys pushed him into a locker and left him there. He couldn't get out. The coach came looking for Bobby when his father came to pick him up. The coach was a bit surprised when Bobby's father grabbed him by the ear and led him to the car, already starting to scold him before anyone could say anything. Only Miss Beasley, the school secretary, tried to say something. "Oh, Mr. Ferris," she said, "you're hurting him. That's bad for his hearing." "It doesn't matter. He doesn't listen anyway." Bobby could hear her give up the chase when her high heels stopped clicking on the tile floor. Coach stood by the door with his hands on his hips, but didn't say anything. He crossed his arms across his chest and held the door open with his foot. A few of the other boys snickered and elbowed each other, but most of them were serious. Bobby felt his cheeks go red as his father marched him past them, all twisting his ear painfully and keeping up a steady stream of reprimand. Maybe his father was right. Bobby couldn't focus on anything his father was saying. He tried to channel all his focus, contain the pain, keep it from bursting out of him in a sob. This was further humiliation he couldn't survive. The next day, his father made him walk to school. Bobby didn't mind. At least his father would leave him alone. He wore a long-sleeved shirt to cover up the black and blue marks on his skin. He walked slowly since his side still hurt. He wasn't looking forward to practice. He was anxious throughout the day, but he felt a little better when Miss Beasley snuck him a peanut butter jelly sandwich with the crust off. She always did that when she knew he had a bad day the day before. She made it the way he liked, something he couldn't have at home. That was the small prism of light he could hold on to, just a bit of hope. In the locker that afternoon, one of the boys brought him a little hand puppet. Bobby was afraid to put his hand in it, scared that it was a prank. The other boy wordlessly showed him how it worked. After practice, a different boy snuck him a mozzarella stick that someone else squeezed his shoulder. Bobby was a bit unnerved by their balsam behavior, but they kept it up over the next few weeks. You ever heard Coach talking to Miss Beasley? He said something about what a marvel it was watching the team come together. He said he never got tired of it. It was too bad about Mr. Ferris. Something would have to be done about that. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that last part was to be said. Okay, sorry. But man, that is good. That is really good. I like how you said it, but also didn't, and you showed it, and then also didn't show it. And I just wish the only thing that I really, really want is that like a phone call was already placed to like CPS or something,
mm-hmm.
and everything, and like the coach says, "Hey, this is I don't know, social services agent, whatever."
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna stay with you you're gonna stay with her for a few hours until we can get in touch with your grandparents or something like that.
Mm-hmm. So my thought was this was set in like 60s or 70s where that wouldn't necessarily be a thing.
Yeah. Okay.
And so the implication of what the coach is saying is that he's thinking about how to get some community justice together.
Mm-hmm.
But Bobby also doesn't really understand what that means. So
True. And even though this is third person, this is definitely acute. Which is, I think, how it should be. Like, I wouldn't change that at all.
Mm-hmm.
There was a few times, just the typos.
Yeah.
I can't remember if you corrected. Snuck him. Not sunk.
Whoops.
Some of it, I was able, just by context, to be able to get it right away. Not sure if it matters, but you didn't highlight channel. But you did use all the words, to my knowledge.
Yep, that was the last one. I went back and I was like,
I've done that a few times where I'm like, what words do I have left? You know what? I know exactly where to place this.
Yeah, I was like, I
like, so it's interesting. You used Prism to bring something together, and I use Prism as an example of things being divided.
Oh.
Yeah. So I found that a little interesting. But I wish I had feedback. Like, we always have like constructive feedback, and and the only feedback I have is that I wanted something to like already be in the works, or like, hey, your dad's not gonna be able to pick you up today, or something like that. And then also, here's the question: where's the mom?
So yeah, so I kind of wanted to imply that like she was willing to put herself out there, but from the Bobby had seen his parents quarrel, that he doesn't want, he's also trying to protect his mom by not getting her involved because it could potentially be worse for her.
Gotcha. So, okay.
Whoop, whoop. Hi, Tiffany. Welcome. Eva said, that's a good story. Caught the anxiety of feeling outside on the team, and then the progression of being folded into the team with acts of kindness. Yay!
Yeah, I like how it brought them together and stuff. Like, they started taking care of him and everything. Here's some other examples of how they took care of him. So they took care of him by getting him stuff, but what if they actually tried to teach him the proper hold when you're like a tight end or whatever you're...
They like start doing extra to help him learn how to play better and stuff.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That would be an idea. You still got a little extra word space.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. I could go back and like where I say Bobby was a bit unnerved by their Boston behavior, but they kept it up over the next few weeks. That would be a really easy place to sneak it in there. Bobby was a little unnerved by their Boston behavior, you know, like when so-and-so tried to teach him how to do X.
Yeah.
He was
like a proper catch, or...
Yeah, he was hesitant. And then when X tried to do, you know, whatever, he was a little less uncertain, but they kept it up over the next few weeks.
Yeah, because there's multiple ways they could help them. Like, right now you got them like giving them stuff, but what if it was like even homework help, and you know, like his dad was late one day, and so so him and another kid did their homework together, and he relearned his division or something like that. Usually math homework is like a fallback because most people struggle with that. But I'm going to blow my nose. I will put myself on mute real quick.
I actually think he would be more the one to tutor them on stuff because he prefers his books to sports. He prefers like that quietness. The mention of the Trojan horse is kind of to imply that he reads above his expected reading level.
Is an excellent point. And so it could be him paying them back. Like he's being kind to them and they realize, wait, he's not like that. They probably see him as a waste of space. But when he starts like tutoring one of the boys, like a few others are like, hey, I kind of want to stay on the team. Can you help me in math too?
Yeah. Like I was kind of thinking something that the coach lets him run laps at first instead of like actually having him play contact because he sees how sore he is and how like sees the
that's a good one.
Everything. I did want to add a note about that, but I do think it would also be kind of nice that he like sticks the answers to a certain homework assignment in like the locker of the boy who gave him the hand puppet or something like that, where it's like, you know, his way of saying thank you without saying thank you.
Yeah.
And I did like what Eva said here. Not only would the parents just be allowed to do it without much state involvement, but the other adults would be the ones to do something about it. And also, instead of after practice, another few words that detail the practice. Yeah, during practice, Johnny, the best rugby player on the entire team, taught me how to, while another boy snuck him. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. So we got just a few more examples. So it's not just like, it's like a growth. It's not just like a
Insta friendship instead of Insta love. But yeah,
I see it growth. Like when you make each other better, that's like a better foundation than just like, here you go. You know, that to me is like the whole give a fish versus teach to fish.
Yeah. I do like the interaction though with the friend where he brings over the puppet. He's like,
I love that technique where he's hesitant at first, like, and the guy's like, here it is.
Yeah. But that was a fun story and not at all my usual style. So
no, you didn't kill anyone. Bravo. But the thing is, you left us with the feeling that we want to kill someone. So good job.
That's funny. I mean, that's fair point.
There's two ways for you: kill somebody or make us want someone to die.
You know, growth,
or at least be taught a lesson.
Yeah, I think that would be kind of a nice, like, what exactly does the coach do?
A little bit of closure. Like you don't even have to settle it. Be like, or let them know what exactly it is. It could just be the coach going, "Hey, Bobby, you're heading back with myself and like maybe the secretary or something like that, or one of them. Be like, you're gonna stay with one of us tonight, and your mom will be over later." And everything, and then it's like, what did you do?
Yeah, something where it's like indicated that his father won't be able to interfere in the same way.
Wait, what? Huh? Be Kira. Yeah, that's a goal for the name not to be taken on IG or TikTok.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay.
Are we ready? Toss a rugby ball at his head. Everyone likes it. Hey, Tiffany dear. All right. Yeah. All right. I'll do the scrolling.
Okay, doke.
Mine's shorter.
You're one to talk, Rich. They played you like a puppet, Adam said as he reached for a second breadstick. Oh, really, Adam? Brett said. Did you think we switched to rugby in the second half and kicked the ball with our hands? You'll make the fans change the channel faster than Rich. At that moment, the team became silent as their after-game dinner was served. The mozzarella sticks were the first to disappear. Their quarrel was not over, as Joseph, who'd been quiet since they arrived at the restaurant, was the first to speak. We need to remove this prism. The team stared at Joseph like he'd admitted breaking a vase to his parents. Light is whole, complete, like a team. A prism divides that light into different colors. We are divided and we need to be light again. A few fellas marveled, while a few others took more time to comprehend the analogy. No one had a chance to respond as some disgruntled fans arrived at the table at that moment. Oi, I'm going to have a bet against you to rekindle all the money you've lost me this season. Adam opened his mouth when Brett placed a hand on his shoulder and shook his head. The fan noticed this as he began to walk away and turned back to the table. Oh, am I about to see more action than you've ever given on the field? He pulled out balsam for his lips. Balsam? Am I crazy? I think I'm crazy.
I thought it was ointment. Like it's ointment is what I found. It can be ointment.
I feel like I've been reading it wrong the whole time, but it looks weird.
Yeah.
I'm not okay.
So he pulled out balsam for his lips, but offered it to the team instead.
Do you need this to prepare to kiss my ass like you did today against the Reeser Royals? The whole team stood in unison. Joseph inserted himself between the drunken men and his team. The men continued putting their hands up mockingly. Hey, put that on the field, fellas, and I might start betting on you again. Sir, I think you should go. Use that mouth in the stands during the match. The man looked between Joseph and the rest of the team, waving his hand as he mumbled to himself and left the bar. The team contained their anger, but sat a little closer to each other as they finished their meal. I like that. So there were two words that I felt like were, I don't know. They're used, I don't want to say they're used out of context, but I would say they're not typically used in that context, and it makes them a little.
Yeah, it's abrupt for the reader and stuff.
Yeah.
So it would take them out of the world that I'm trying to build.
Yeah. Rekindle, I would say maybe like recoup or recuperate.
Oh, good point.
I think I like recoup better. Yeah.
Yeah, recoup all the money.
And then I know balsam. Well, that's where I was confused because balm is spelled different, right?
Yeah, balm is, but when I looked up balsam on here, we'll do it to find balsam real quick.
So
it's a plant. Such as balm. It's aromatic resinous substance, such as balm, exuded by various trees and shrubs. Mixture of.
So it wouldn't necessarily be something that you could just pull out.
Well, what if I said a balsam mixture?
That would work for me.
Okay. As long as you're happy, dear.
But I don't want to speak for the chatter if other people heard it.
No, you got it right. If anything, the chat would. We're not quarreling. You're making me better, okay? And chat would be like, yeah, what Chandra said. All right.
Let me see. How long can a flashback
vinegar is what I think of.
Story? Yeah. So, Tiffany, typically, this is a hotly debated topic. We go with 1,000 words on our channel. However, other like flash fiction magazines,
some challenges,
they have their own requirements that they want the story to be.
The highest I've seen is 1,500 for a flash fiction.
Yeah,
that's the highest I've ever seen. And then for yeah.
And then there's like microfiction and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's subs under flash fiction.
Yeah.
There's even a Twitter fiction, which is focused on characters instead of words.
And the way I've seen it is like basically 1,500 to 1,000 words is for sure a flash fiction. Smaller increments than that are still flash fiction, but they can also be microfiction or, Twitter fiction and stuff like that. There are still other classifications that they can be under, but it's still like in that realm is still considered flash fiction.
Yeah.
So, yeah, basically live your best life.
Just write the story. And I always try to have a balance in a way of just never, like, flash fiction is great because that's been my focus, and then I don't have to worry about the word length because I'm an underwriter as well. But anytime I've written my novels, like, I just write it, and whatever number of words it ends up being, it's there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't try to think of it, and I don't try to, like, push myself to write more words or whatever. I just try to get the story down.
Yeah. And if it goes over, it goes over, but get the story down.
There has been times I've gone over on my flashes. Over 1,000, but yeah.
And there's one other spot up here. The team stared at Joseph like he just admitted breaking a vase to his parents. I would say admitted to breaking a vase.
Okay, let me see.
Right here.
I'm editing it in my Word doc.
Oh, gotcha.
As well. I was editing. Okay. Like, admitted to breaking. Okay. I had 2 in there and I deleted it earlier, interestingly enough.
Yeah, that's all I got. I like the story though. I'm assuming Joseph is the team captain.
I don't know. I kind of just took him as the quiet guy on the team, and he's the level-headed.
Ted Lasso?
Yes. I was thinking that, like, it's the whole time of, like, the team not being together.
So funny.
Oh,
show.
I want to watch more.
Yes, it's been delayed apparently.
Yeah. Eva brought up You're Not Out. Not Our. Oh. Okay. She was asking about Tiffany's secret project.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, all right. But yeah, there's the 2 stories. Let's see here. We probably have enough time. Chad, if you help us out to actually pick out a words and stuff. So
a prompt and a challenge?
Yeah. So give us a number 1 through 60 paired with a letter A through Z. And we will get it. All right. And I gotta open up. Excuse you. Minimize. Hello. There we go.
Hello.
Like, I gotta get to my desktop, which is behind this document thing. All right. It's so weird. Like, we're almost at single digits for...
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Wait, no, that's the word count. I need create writing prompts. Okay, I'm gonna save this. My computer's struggling with a lot right now. Episode 188. All right.
I think I'm gonna order some Starbucks.
My daughter wants me to take her to Starbucks when I'm done with the live stream. And yesterday she kept on pushing it. She was like, "So if we go tomorrow," and I was like, "Kid, I gotta first be like healthier. Second, I gotta be in the mood to even leave the house, okay?" And I was like, if you keep on coming up here and say, "If we go, can we?" Because she started going, "If we go, can we also go to Target?" I'm like, why?
First of all, because Target exists.
Yeah. You know what she told me? This is gonna embarrass her a little bit. Never mind, I won't say it. I'm gonna try to be that nice parent. Not that anyone here is friends, like has kids that go to her school or anything, but yeah. Oh, I like this. The mister said I could get Dobby. If he's only a 30-minute drive away.
30 minutes times what?
It could be 30 minutes. If you got like a rocket or whatever.
If you
can handle the G-force.
Break it up into small sections and drive 30-minute sections at a time.
You know, it's home is where the heart is, so you're always within 30 minutes of home. All right.
It's not working.
Okay, that's not the thing I need. I need my... Excuse you.
None of my stuff is working. I really need this coffee, y'all.
How did you not get it yet?
There's no one available to deliver it.
Oh.
So, y'all, I'm not just even being lazy. It's not far from my house, but my problem is that I signed into work after this, so I don't have time.
Maybe we can make this quick.
Nah. I'm not gonna rush it. We'll just try something else.
Okay. Chat, I really need you to come in with like numbers 1 through 60, A through Z, so we can get this through. Right. I'm gonna say 11 H. Where is that? Oh, sweet. It's not taken. Rhyme.
What about V49?
All right. Are you writing these down? Because I was about to write it down. And
nope, I'm not.
Okay.
What was the first one? I will.
Rhyme.
All right. R.
HYME.
Yep.
You said V49?
V as in Victor.
Yeah. Victor 49 is motto.
We've got a 39E.
39E. Oh my god. My eyes, I swear. 39E. Ice. Ice, baby. Okay.
42T.
Phone. All right, that brings us to 4.
Own.
What?
14T.
Okay. That is find.
We need 5 more.
Yes, Spencer. got me on pins and needles, kid. What?
What about?
I told you when I'm done with my live stream.
Oh, we got more.
Oh,
Z55.
What?
Z as in Zulu.
Z. Okay. Zulu. It is only Zulu. Okay. Eavesdrop.
A11.
Up or right?
Eva, up or right? We've got 18R while we wait on that.
All right. Refrigerator.
Eva said right for the A11.
Record.
We've got L28.
Is that the 10th one?
Let me see. 3, 6, 7, 8. We're at 8. We need 2 more.
Okay.
So I think the L28 and J4 will do it.
L28 is boat. And then J24, Juliet 24.
J4?
Oh, J4. All right. Is feast.
All right. Now we just need our prompt and our challenge.
All right. So prompt, pick a number between 1 and 104.
First number in the chat gets it. 1 to 104. BINGO.
All right.
Minimize
that thing.
1 to what now?
Ooh. 104. 103.
We got 103 and 77 is first in chat. Wait, does it show up the same for you?
Yeah, 77 is first for me.
All right. Take Laura's, so 103 it is.
Okay.
She hasn't given a number yet.
Solutions from unlikely sources.
Ooh.
All right, and then a writing challenge. God, I'm just gonna start saying these out loud because I don't even know. Characters as animals. Oh, that can be something. Writing in second person. Set during a historical event. What if, here's a challenge that we could do. Might take a little bit of time. What if we, after 15 minutes, we switch?
Ooh, let's do it.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, I like it.
Hopefully I don't draw blank.
I like this challenge. This is going to be so tough. We've never done this before, but we've talked about it.
Yeah. It just came to me. It's not anywhere on my list. But what I plan to do is I'm actually going to write in the Google Doc, which I normally don't do.
So I just put our names in there so that you can see, like, the first one is where I start, the second one's where you start, and then we switch. Perfect. So we know which one's which.
All right. Let me. Now I gotta open that.
Oh, that's gonna be tough though, because we're also gonna have to figure out which words have and have not been used.
Yeah, so I think trying to highlight or bold maybe or something. Maybe there's some we can do.
Yeah, so we both know, because otherwise we'd be like, oh, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's put the word list in with each story,
and then like cross it out.
Yeah, cross it out or highlight it as we check them off. There we go.
Okay. All right, so I'm starting at the bottom. Okay, and it's a solution from solutions from unlikely sources. Okay.
And let me go back to one more. Okay. No.
Just gotta share a timer.
I was trying to pull up the timer and I kept hitting the back button, and you know how it gets rid of the back button and makes it like the pause button, so you try to hit pause and then it's the back button again.
Who's on first? What's on second?
This is fine. Everything's fine. Okay. We got a timer. And we will begin in 3, 2, and 1. Switch. No. Okay, I'm done. Was that cheating? I think I cheated a little bit.
I'm still cheating right now. Cause I still got own and record or record, depending on how you look at it. I'm trying to keep in the same vibe that you had going.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
I tried to do the same thing. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh wait, that's had. God, can I even type?
No, because you're gonna make holes in my clothes. I need to trim his claws.
I wonder if I can figure out where to put this. How's our time right now? Oh, look at us.
I know, we're not like flying by the seat of our pants today.
Yeah.
Dobby, no. Clao retracto. He keeps getting me with his spicy fingers. Dobby, no, that's not a scratching post. Okay.
Oh, I just clicked on where I'm going to end this. Okay, 2 seconds. It just I wish I could see everybody's faces when they're like, like I want to see that moment on everyone's faces.
Ooh, Laura, I'm going to look at this now.
Wait, what? For IG?
Yes.
Sweet.
What is it? Me. Let me see.
All right.
Eva, Eva, wow. Laura, do you want to put it in chat? I'm scrolling back trying to find the name that you said, and I'm having some difficulty. Hi, Margaret. How are you? Oh, yay, Tiffany. What'd you get? What did you work on? How did that go? Eva got some stories read and some emails cleaned up, which is a big win. Got it. And followed. Thank you. I don't know why the pepper is.
She's feeling a lot better.
I think so.
Please.
Tiffany got 748 words on my secret flash, maybe short story project. That is exciting.
Okay, I'm just gonna I think. Hold on.
Hold on 1 second. Let me. That's her.
Yeah, no, you can go handle Piper. I'll entertain the crowd real quick. I just realized I got one last word in its own, and I'm trying to. I don't even know if that's the right. There we go. The end. Okay. I went like super happy with this, but it's me. You know what, chat? Okay, the ending could be better, I admit. But you know what, chat? I would love if y'all played a game with Chandra and I and tried to figure out where Chandra ended and I began and vice versa. I think that would be really fun. So... okay. I love hot chocolate. Oh, I got some Instagram notifications. Gee, wonder who that is from.
What is the word count on the story?
Oh, I don't even know.
Let me see. Story number 1 is 718.
Okay.
And story number 2 is 423.
Sweet. Yeah, I was thinking we should have added time in there, but all right. Which do you want to read first?
I'll read the one that you started first, the one that I finished.
Okay. All right. You want me to read it or do you want to read it?
I'll read it.
Okay.
Let's see. Look at your own work, Kim grumbled as she wrapped her arm around her paper. It's art, Kim. It's not exactly a no copying zone as we learn different techniques. No need to be an ice queen, Sam said as he sat beached down in his chair. All right, class. 15 more minutes on your flash sketches, Miss Chides called out from across the room. Sam, Piper, go get your other chair. Still drying. Excuse me, sorry. Sam looked back at his blank page, wishing people were talking to themselves so he could eavesdrop on the subject they were choosing for their sketches. Ooh, do you want to share the screen? Is it just one subject? It should be nothing to fret, Miss Chides said as she patted his shoulder as she passed behind him. Did she just rhyme with me? Sam shook his head, searching for anything to inspire him. similar to being hungry and standing in front of the refrigerator for the 4th time in an hour. 10 minutes. Sam heard the countdown and refused to take his eyes off his page for fear of nothing would come to him if he did. Still, his pencil didn't move. Sketched of graphite against paper and squeaks of chairs as students shifted, resounding in his ears. He started to wonder what the record was for the fastest sketch, if he was ever to draw his own today. He didn't want to bind himself to any one idea. Maybe that was the problem. The motto his mother had always said to him flashed into his mind. Keep it simple. Keep it sweet. He didn't need to rock the boat or need to make it fresh. He wasn't making a feast for his imagination. This was a simple task, a delicate sample. He realized his masterpiece only needed a few lines, and the shape would be implied. He moved his hand quickly, tracing lines around the page with precise movements. 5 minutes. It didn't matter. He was almost done. He shaded in the last few lines. 2 minutes. He penciled in his initials at the bottom of the page and set the utensil down. Now, when he looked around at the rest of the class, he didn't feel the frantic energy coursing through his veins. He was certain that he held the record for the fastest sketch in class. When he looked at the pinched, focused faces around him, he realized what the true assignment had been all along. Somewhere in the process of learning to perfect their art, they had lost the joy of creating, lost the simplicity. Mrs. Chides and Mother had both been right.
Oh, I love that ending. That was perfect.
Where were you going? I didn't want to ruin it.
No. I was I think the idea I ended up having, but then I was like, nope, don't get married to an end because it's not yours. It's like he's fighting for something, and then I wanted him to get inspiration. I think it was going to be something on the wall, like a poster, like one of those hanging cat posters, hanging there or something, where an actual motivational poster worked type situation, or something. I don't know. It was fleeting, and I pushed it away when it did pop in my mind. And I just came up with that just now. I forget exactly what it was, but it was going to be something like really? You're sitting here struggling and that's what did it for you? At one point I was going to have him draw for a refrigerator because of the standing in front of the refrigerator for the 4th time.
Oh, that's funny.
Well,
I mean, it's not really clear what he did draw. That could still be what he drew.
Yeah. And stuff.
That's funny. I like it.
Yeah, I liked how you were able to keep it light and stuff. Yeah, Spencer.
And still, nobody died.
Good job. All right. I liked how that countdown continued. Thank you for continuing that.
I was like, don't forget it. I was like, otherwise it'll just be 10 minutes. And then it's like, how long has passed? What's happening? So
Whoa. Colin and Adam had an announcement. What was it? Please share.
Yeah, let us know.
No, they got a live stream today at 2 or 3 Eastern. I forget which.
Do we have an update on Devin's channel? Because I can't find anything or anyone. Oh, I know. I need to look at the
Google spreadsheet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I meant to shoot them a message because they have it on my Flash Fiction Live on my channel every Saturday, and I'm like, no. Oh, it is? Yes, I want the spoiler, and then we're going to send everybody. I'm still going to watch it. It's not going to stop me. You can't stop me. I'm that person. You can tell me exactly how a movie ends, and I will still watch it.
That's totally fair.
Yeah. That's what it is. Adam's leaving YouTube.
Oh.
What? Adam. You still better be active on IG.
Oh, so we got 2 updates. Devin was told to wait another 14 days after the first 14 days That was on Halloween, so 14 days from then for a potential update.
Yep. I was aware of that, the waiting for 14 days. Hey, OGM.
I knew about the first one. I didn't know about the second one, though.
Yeah.
Whew, all the things happening.
All right. Okay, for the sake of time, I will read the story Chandra started writing, and then at 15 minutes, I finished writing, as we just read the other one that I was writing, and then Chandra wrote. Feel free to guess where the cutoff was, by the way. Even though with the highlights, you can tell a little bit. Because I was staying with your highlights, and then I changed it and went with my own highlights, which is funny. We both picked green, and I went more of a lime green, and she went more for a sage green. So if there's any more reasoning of how close we are, we're that close.
Same.
Yeah. Okay. Phoebe marked out the word ice on the refrigerator shopping list. It wasn't because they didn't need it. The ice maker had quit working ages ago, but there just wasn't enough money to make it happen. It was sweltering out. The air conditioner had broken months before the ice maker, and there wasn't money to fix either of them. Now, there wasn't even enough money to buy ice. She called Frank's phone. It went straight to voicemail. Hey, she said, leaving a long silence before speaking again. We could really use your help. You don't have to come back to me, but if you could just send something for the kids, anything would help. Phoebe was too tired to say more, tired of begging, tired of asking why. She didn't even know if she loved him anymore. Her heart stopped aching over him now. Over him. Now it only hurt for their children. It wasn't their fault, and they didn't deserve to be abandoned like this. It had been bad before, but this time she was in a real bind, and she didn't know who to turn to. She wasn't sure there was anyone left who would pick up where Frank had left off. Most of the people she had known were tired of lending money, and they knew they wouldn't get back. On their first date, he had taken her on a boat and laid out a feast in front of her. Now she was supposed to know he was a con man? She knew the answer was that there was no way she could have known, but it still felt wrong. Whatever happened, she blamed herself. She always blamed herself. Mama, a little voice said, will this help? Little hands held up a stack of crisp new money in various denominations. It wasn't just a few dollars, way more than enough to cover the bag of ice that she usually bought. She'd have to count on it, but she didn't want her kids to feel responsible for keeping the house running. She didn't chide them for eavesdropping, only embraced them in a hug and said thank you. The money wasn't going to buy ice, but would go for the kids to get one of those small parachute toys and a pack of two of gum. Yes, Spencer?
Did you put this on?
Yes, I'll read and put on your Spider-Man costume. It's still going. He's still wearing it every day. Nope, mine is asleep. Okay, stand up. All right, where were we? She told the kids to go out and play as she was about to leave for the store. She didn't want them to see her count on her. She didn't want them to see her count on her fingers and recount her money every time she put something in the basket hanging off her forearm.
Mom.
What?
Show Jojo a Spider-Man.
Yeah, she knows you're Spider-Man. She sees it right there. Okay. One day she'd bring them with her, let them ride in the shopping cart, and the cart would be filled with enough food to last them 2 weeks. A tear trickled down her cheek. Get up, she thought, a motto that had become more of her only option. It didn't stop her from slamming her fist against the side of the refrigerator. A lone ice cube dropped out and slid across the floor. She picked it up with a smile and placed it in the sink, not before letting the ice slide across the back of her neck. She took one cloth bag to bring the groceries back in. She nodded to her elderly neighbor, Miss Jenkins, and pointed to her backyard. Miss Jenkins nodded from her porch and headed to the backyard where kids' rhyming games were being played. The walk to the store was loud as she crossed the busy street, since the old Buick in the driveway had a dead battery and the gas had been siphoned from Miss Jenkins' Cadillac. She still made it to the store in record time, got her things, and returned home. At her front porch was a police officer, sitting with the children as an ambulance drove away. A woman in a suit gave her a business card. Ma'am, Miss Jenkins left her entire estate to you. Her estate? The mother sputtered as she picked up her daughter and held her close. Yes, the lawyer smiled. She has land in Kentucky and a villa in the Keys. The woman stood shocked and looked at the business card, not believing it was in her hand. It is bequeathed to you. The home, cars, and land, all yours. All the places to choose, one or all for your own. Yeah, Spencer. No. Go play. Okay, Chandra.
Well, here I go, trying to behave myself and not kill anybody today.
So true. Hello, pot. This is the kettle.
I tried so hard. That is funny. Morbid. But I also really like it where it's like this lady's been doing her a favor, but also sees how hard she's been trying. And you took it in a much more wholesome direction than I was initially going. So.
What? No.
So I was, where I was going initially was that the money the kid had was a lot of money and was enough to pay for all of the expenses and fix everything. But then she realizes the reason there's so much money there is because it was her husband's stash from like all the fraud and stuff.
Yeah.
And the kids like stumbled on it in the house when they were playing.
And so there was more?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
That's where I was going, but this is wholesome. And I also really liked the image of her like trying to keep things as normal as she can for the kids and the neighbor understanding and like, you know, helping her in that way, watching the kids while she goes and she's like counting and recounting the money. I thought that was really great imagery. And
I think the imagery that really got me was just wanting to take the kids and let them be in the shopping cart. Because I purposely had her hold a basket because she knew she wasn't going to get much.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good point.
Where the shopping cart is almost a dream to be able to get enough where she would warrant the need for a shopping cart.
Yeah.
And be able to put her kids in there and let them
it would be like an adventure, like fun time. Like, we're going to go to the store together versus them being like, you know, can we have those Cheerios? And her being like, no, we can't afford Cheerios.
Yeah.
That's some oats.
Knockoff brand of everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it. This was a fun challenge.
It was a fun challenge. And it was like time-wise perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So
I thought that was really good. Yeah, I like it.
Oh, look at us.
Out here winning.
Trying to. All right. I feel like there's more, but okay. Well, Chandra has work soon, so you're on her channel. Everything's good, and my channel it'll be on Flash Fiction Live will be on my channel next Saturday. So feel free to join us.
We'll see you then.
Yeah. Bye, dears.
Ta-ta.
I gotta click again.